Anyway, let's talk about Miss Virginia, because this is really a deep and an interesting subject about parenting, about wanting better for your children. Tell me how you found the project, both of you.
Well, I got a call from my agents probably maybe 2 years ago, and they were talking about how there was an upcoming project coming out and whether I'd be interested. I read the script and I really liked it, and I remember auditioning. And I was also working on this other project that I was doing, so I didn't have time to read the full script. So after doing the audition, I read the full script, and I was like, oh my God, I love this movie. Yeah. Which is something I've never done. I called my agent, and I was like, hey, can we email the director and just kind of just send him something and just tell him about how much I really like the role. And I just told Mr. Daniel, who's our director, about how much it spoke to me and how I kind of related to James in the aspect of him going to school in such an area to where he's not able to really focus on school because of all the other variables around him. And that's how I found the project, and here we are.
Yeah. I got, they sent the script and said yes or no. You want to do it? It's your. If you want to do it, it's yours. And I kind of
you're a legend.
I kind of didn't want to do it because I thought, oh, this guy's a lousy, mean, awful politician. I said, I don't want to do that. And then as it kept going, and what happens is that she wakes him up. She reminds him of his responsibility as an elected official to do his job, that he had given up. He'd fallen in that glass of scotch. He'd probably stopped buying clothes in the 80s and was just playing golf. And I live in New York City, and one of the things that I realized at the horrible events of 9/11 is that when you live in a free and democratic society, that you have a responsibility to participate in the government, and even if it's the smallest thing is just voting, but we have a participatory government, and you can't just expect politicians to do what's in your best interest, because money always gets in the way of what's in oftentimes of people's best interests. And what was so important to me, having grown up in Utah and my father being a drive-in theater manager and moving about every year and a half for 2 years, I went to good schools and I went to bad schools. And I saw how important education is to a young person's life. And there's no greater investment that we can make as citizens, as individuals, than to the education system, because the children are our future. And the more that we invest in them, the better opportunities that we give our youth, the better the future and the better and stronger our nation will be.
And as you can tell, he still has that politician in him.
Well, that's something that you do learn, from your heroes is standing up for what's right, no matter what the cost is.
Yes.
And Miss Virginia certainly is a hero, and beautifully played by Uzo Aduba from Orange is the New Black. She plays Crazy Eyes, and just as Miss Virginia Walden Ford is a powerhouse and fought for the safety and education of her child, Uzo does such a wonderful job of portraying that character in the film.
And we've seen how much of a hero the real Miss Virginia is, because Mr. Modine and I, we've met literally the students who have been a part of her voucher program and seen the work that they're doing. I met one girl in D.C., and she's a doctor trying to figure out the causes of diseases to find cures, and to know that Miss Virginia played a part in that, and so many others, is just amazing to see.
Yeah. There's something called grace that people often talk about, and it's a difficult thing sometimes to understand what grace is. But when you are in the presence of Miss Virginia and see her sacrifice, her self-sacrifice, and ways she inspires others, that you truly are in the presence of grace.
Now the film premieres on BET. I think it premieres this week.
Yes.
Tomorrow.
What do you think audiences are going to walk away from when they see the film?
I think they're going to walk away with a bug that is going to make them want to fight for change.
Yes.
I feel like we see a lot of things happen around us, and we keep it moving if it's not affecting us. And what Miss Virginia did, she could have only focused it on her child, but she chose to sought change for everybody's child. And she knew that it was more than her. And I feel like this movie is going to, I hope it leaves an impression on people that, you know, it's more than you. And a lot of, you know, the issues and challenges we face are bigger than us. Because if we solve them, it just doesn't only fix it for us, but it fixes it for a whole generation. And the educational system needs that right now. And I feel like this film will convey that and leave viewers with that impression.
Yeah.
You know, it's also a very touching film in the fact that it is an underdog story, and we as Americans love an underdog story,
Yes,
don't we?
We do, yes.
Yeah, we do. Even if it's Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah, or Cutthroat Island, Matthew.
Yeah. You know what? We just had a screening at Cutthroat Island. It was sold out, and I think that movie was just, people were just not ready for an action hero played by a woman. And Gina Davis is so much fun in the movie. We made a popcorn movie, and the people's reaction to it was like if we'd remade Gone with the Wind or something. It was a pirate movie. It was a fun movie, and I had the best time making that movie. And I'm so happy that it's finding audiences today. I mean, I meet people go like, oh, yeah, but you made Cutthroat Island. I said, did you see it? And they go, well, no, I just heard about it. And I said, well, you should watch it. And people get hit.
It's a great film. It's a wonderful, and my wife and I watch it every so often.
Yeah.
And it is just a hoot, as we like to say here in Utah.
Yeah, it's a hoot. I agree with you.
It's a hoot.
Yeah.
I've never said that. I'm glad I said it. It's a hoot.
It's a hoot.
Well, the film is Miss Virginia. It premieres on BET. I'm sure you can catch up with it. If you don't see it on the premiere, they'll be streaming it for a while. Congratulations to both of you, and it's been a pleasure to catch up with you, Matthew.
Thank you very much. Lovely to talk to you. Thank you, Tony.
All right, you guys have a great day.
Thank you.
It's a hoot.